you'll recall that the development section is tell me, show me, and then let me try. And that let me try is important. That's the 70% of learning, the activities. So doing activities and doing them well is a crucial part of learning. All of our programs have activities in them where people get a chance to practice doing something and make mistakes along the way and learn from those mistakes. Let's talk about 5 things that you can do to really help that learning activity be effective. The first is that you really need to understand the activity and its purpose so that you can then explain the activity to other people. So review the activity, review the instructions, practice reading them out loud so they make sense to you, and then you will be able to explain the activity simply and clearly to your participants. The second step is after you have explained the steps, don't just ask, hey, do you understand? And wait for them to say, oh, yeah. Because when someone says, yes, I understand, it probably means, no, I don't understand. So instead, double check. Ask people to explain back, what are you going to do in this activity? And make sure that they really understand it. Otherwise, you're just wasting time. Once the activity starts, this is not your time to kick back and relax. I want you to actually wander about the room, go from group to group, approach the participants. First, you need to see, did they really understand? Are they on task? Are they making progress? You answer questions that are going to come up. And in fact, you may get some questions that are great, and you say, you know what, stop the entire class. This is a great question. I want everyone to hear it. But you also want to listen to how they're doing the activity and what they're discussing, because you're going to hear things that would be great ideas for you to share during the debrief after the activity. You also have a role in the activity of playing the timekeeper. And a great way to do this is to download a countdown clock that you can project onto the screen as part of your PowerPoint. But at the very least, just let people know, okay, you've got 10 minutes left. Okay, now you have 5 minutes left. Keeping people on time is important because most of our classes are pretty jam-packed with activities. You want to make sure people have time to do them. And finally, if you are going to be asking 1 or 2 pairs to demonstrate what they did during the activity after the activity is over, make sure you're choosing the pairs that did the most effective job. You want people to see the best examples, not the worst examples. Now, one other thing to keep in mind is that while the activities are happening, or even immediately afterwards, you may need to give feedback about these activities. And there's a very simple structure we use. The structure is, I like and I wish. I like how you did this. This is what I think was effective. And you say this even if people didn't do a very good job in the activity overall. Find something positive to build off of. And this will help build their confidence. And then always follow up with a, I wish. I wish you had done this a little bit differently. And you do the I wish even if they did a really good job, because there's always something that can be improved. So you use the structure of, I like how you did this, and I wish you had done this a little bit differently, or I wish you do this differently next time, as a way to give feedback. As you're preparing for your activities as an associate trainer, I want you to think about both how are you going to structure the activities, how are you going to follow up during the activities, and how will you give feedback after the activities in a really effective way.